Hello everybody, Drew here for Drew Games, back with another live stream or video or whatever you want to call, whatever the hell it is that I do here anymore. I'm Drew, obviously this is Drew Games. Yes, I'm wearing my Fuck Naughty Dog shirt for a reason. Hey Chunk, how's it going my friend? As you guys well know, Geoff Keighley's Game Awards announced the nominees, and what I intend on doing here today is going through all of them and also along the way voting for the different things too. So on that note, that's what we're going to do. Oh, and by the way, before I actually do this, let me show you one thing I've been working on behind the scenes. You guys know how I feel about woke bullshit in games, right? And in the spirit of one of my favorite wrestlers, Chris Jericho, so what this means, something pisses me off with woke writing and bullshit, this is what you're going to get. You know what happens when you, for example, self-insert yourself into Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy? You know what happens? You just made the list. Kathleen Kennedy. So, that's going to be a thing going forward. That list of woke shit. So, and I made this in preparation for what we're about to do today because given how last year went for the Game Awards, yeah. And also years past with The Last of Us Part 2. So, first, as we see, Alan Wake 2, which has gone woke. Baldur's Gate 3, okay. Marvel Spider-Man 2, I've said my piece on that with its woke piece of shit writing. Resident Evil 4, okay. Super Mario Wonder, have not had the chance to play. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I have gotten the chance to start playing that. So between all of it, I got to vote for Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, sign in? Well, fine, fuck you. Then I won't vote. Fuck off. I'm not signing into your bullshit then. But I would vote for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at that point. But on that note, that reminds me, with woke trash. Speaking of Spider-Man 2, you know what happens when you self-insert and throw in missions? Resident Evil 4, you say, Chunk? I can totally respect that. The Resident Evil 4 remake, that's a good shout there. But speaking of Spider-Man 2, self-inserts, subverting expectations, now wanting to replace Peter Parker with Miles Morales as permanent Spider-Man, and all the side missions that have nothing to do with Spider-Man at all in Spider-Man 2. You know what happens when you fuck up Spider-Man, Insomniac? You know what happens? You also just made the list. And I don't really care about Alan Wake in the first place. But, again, like you were saying, Chunk, Resident Evil 4, that's another good one. In fact, I could see giving it to either Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, or Insomniac is almost dead to me. Well, they are dead to me now because they went Last of Us Part 2 with Spider-Man 2. So the fact that Alan Wake and Spider-Man 2 are nominated, you know they're probably going to try to give it to Spider-Man 2 at this point. Even though these three are probably more deserving, specifically Super Mario and Legend of Zelda. But it is what it is. So next category, game design. Alan Wake 2 again, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man, Shoot Me Now, Super Mario Wonder, or Legend of Zelda. I'd probably give it to Mario here. But then again, with game design, as in the city and whatnot, I'm not against Spider-Man 2 getting it for game design. Direction? Oh, direction. Whatever. If that's the case, then fuck Spider-Man. Probably Baldur's Gate, Super Mario, or Legend of Zelda. And if that's the case, I go Zelda again. But thank you for the correction, Chunk. Any thoughts on direction there, Chunk? I don't even want the least Ratchet and Clank anymore. Well, yeah, that's fair. But either way, like I said, Legend of Zelda here for since its direction. Up next, best narrative. Fuck you and the web you swung in on, Insomniac. For best narrative, we got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, or Spider-Man. I'm leaning towards either Phantom Liberty or Final Fantasy 16 here. And I probably would go with Phantom Liberty at this point. And Mario, Spider-Man, or Mario for direction. All right. But yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with Phantom Liberty here with a close second being Final Fantasy 16 because Final Fantasy 16 so far is my favorite game of the year at this point. Up next, we got Best Art Direction. I wanted to go to Final Fantasy 16 even though I haven't finished it. That's fair. Final Fantasy 16 is arguably really, really good. So, for Best Art Direction, we got Alan Wake, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Brothers, and Legend of Zelda. Art Direction, I probably would go with Lies of P at this point. What does my rating system say here? Because I have a category for art. The best art I got in the ratings is Final Fantasy, which is not even listed here. So of Zelda, that scored a 9. Mario, I haven't played yet, and Lies of P. Yeah, it would go to Zelda then, with my ratings here, which I can't disagree with. But personally, I would vote for Lies of P if I were signed in or cared to sign into this bullshit. Art direction, most likely to Mario, yeah, which I'm not against that either. Up next, we got Best Score in Music. Okay, this is an important one here. We got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and Legend of Zelda. For me, it's between Final Fantasy and Tears of the Kingdom here. So Final Fantasy got a 9 for me, and Tears of the Kingdom also got a 9. So you could go either way with it. Personally, I go with Zelda because there's some nostalgia there too in its music. Tears of the Kingdom being nominated for music is a joke. Hey, you can say what you want, Chunk, but I probably would give it to either that or Final Fantasy. And if they give it to Final Fantasy, then hey, maybe there is hope for the Geoff Keighley Game Awards at that point. But I'm not going to hold my breath because I probably would suffocate like I almost did in years past. Best Audio Design, Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man, or Resident Evil 4. Of these, I've only played some of the Spider-Man game. But from what I've seen and know, probably Resident Evil 4 should probably take it for the best audio design. Final Fantasy 16 all the way. I'm not going to disagree with you, Chunk, because like I said, I love Final Fantasy 16. So if Final Fantasy 16 does get the best score in a game or for its music, hey, I'm not going to be mad about that at all. I'm just saying. Resident Evil 4 audio, yeah, I'm with you on that, Chunk. Even though I haven't played it, I've seen some people playing it, and from what I've heard, that's really good. Spider-Man can go fuck the web that it wrote in on. Hi-Fi Rush, don't care. Dead Space, probably, for me, should be the runner-up. Then Alan Wake 2, whatever. Best Performance. I do not give a fuck, so I'm moving on. Innovation and Accessibility. I'm pretty sure I don't give a fuck about this category either. But we're just going to run through them. So, Innovation and Accessibility. Diablo, is that 4? Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Woke 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. Personally, I don't care. So moving on. Now come the cringe categories. Yes, exactly. But we're going to breeze past them. Games for Impact. A Space for the Unbound. Don't know what that is. Chains of Sinar. Whatever. Goodbye Volcano High. I heard about that one. Chica. I don't care if I even pronounce that right. Terra Nil and Venba. Enough said. Best ongoing game. Here we go. I have a category for this one for the Drudat Game Awards, which Nord and I are going to be doing in January at some point to celebrate the year that just was. But best ongoing game is up next. So we got Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy, that's 14 online, I guess, Fortnite, fuck Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Personally, my bias would say Cyberpunk 2077 because it's gotten better and better and better since launch to the point where it's probably one of my favorite games to play right now. I have Final Fantasy Online on the PS4 out in the living room there, but I've never played it. Apex Legends I've played a couple years ago Fortnite I tried playing once. Genshin Impact never tried to play. So between all of it, I go Cyberpunk. It'll be Fortnite because they added the OG map. Yeah, for marketing purposes, yeah, we know it's going to be Fortnite. But it should go to Cyberpunk, in my opinion, at this point. Best community support at this point. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy Online or Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. Again, I would go with Cyberpunk 2077 for this one as well. In personal experience. Could Baldur's Gate probably get it? Yeah, maybe. Final Fantasy Online, Destiny 2 as well, maybe. All of these are probably worthy of the Best Community Support Award, which we don't have that one. I'm going with Final Fantasy 14. That's fair. So there's Chunk in the chat. And next category, Best Independent Game. This is more meaningful because this is where I found Dead Cells in the past. When Dead Cells won this category previously, and I wound up buying it, and I loved that game. It's called Dead Cells. So we got Cocoon. I saw the introduction for that. Dave the Diver. Okay. Bridge, I guess. Sea of Stars. I'm familiar with the name of that one. And Viewfinder. I have no skin in this game, so let me know what you think in the chat. Sea of Stars, says Chunk. All right. I'll go with that because I got no opinion here whatsoever. And if that's the case, if you like Sea of Stars, maybe I should check that one out myself when I have time. But on that note, the next category, Best Debut Indie Game. This ought to be interesting. So we got Cocoon again, Bridge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder. Just on name alone, what in the flying fuck is Pizza Tower? Is that about like a pizza restaurant and trying to run it or some shit? I don't know any of these. Yeah, neither do I, Chunk. So because we don't know any of these games, other than I saw like trailers for this before this one came out, Cocoon, that's the only one I'm familiar with because of trailers. I don't know any of the other ones at all. Best mobile game. Fuck me now. So, Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Kanka Star Rival, whatever, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil. Don't care. Next up, we got Best VR or AR Game. Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR, that should probably win it, or Snape's, yeah, Resident Evil Village VR, even though I don't care about VR or augmented reality, whatever the fuck it's called at that point. That's a good point, Chunk. Resident Evil Village will win just for Lady D. LOL. Yeah, well, given how everyone went gaga for Giant Vampire Lady. Yeah, enough said. Best action game. This is, I think, one of the categories that Desert Nord in the past has been fond of quite a bit. He's an action game type of guy at times. So we got Armored Core 4, Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. I expect them to give it to Dead Island 2 at this point. Otherwise, I don't have any opinion. I've not played any of these games. I almost tried to play Hi-Fi Rush, but another thing distracted me, and I wound up uninstalling it and not even getting to it at that point. So, with that said, like I said, Dead Island 2 makes sense to me. Probably Armored Core. That's fair. Best action adventure game. Here we go. So, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Woke 2, Resident Evil 4. Here's the first mention of this, which this game is in talks for me and Nord for potential game of the year for us. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Of these games, best action adventure, personally, I know you're probably going to say Resident Evil 4. I'm saying Jedi Survivor. Chunk. Yeah, I figured you were going Resident Evil 4 again. Yeah, I'm going Star Wars here. Because there's so few good Star Wars games, and Disney doesn't give a shit about it. So the fact that there's even any decent Star Wars game still out of Respawn and EA, of all places, yeah, Jedi Survivor for me. These two games go fuck themselves. This one's really good in my opinion, and then Resident Evil 4 has its fans like you, Chunk, so it is what it is. Best RPG. This is right up my alley. I love RPGs. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Of all of this, it's obvious Final Fantasy 16 should be RPG of the year, as far as I'm concerned, with the runner-up of Lies of P. I would normally say a Bethesda game, but with the pronoun shit, which reminds me. Which reminds me, Bethesda. You know what happens when you put pronouns in your game? You just made the list. So, yeah, I know, Chunk. I feel the same way. And so does Heel versus Babyface. Shout out to that big, beautiful Brit Az. I'm boring. So are you, Chunk. Whoops. But, yeah. Well, yeah, of course I'm going to quote Az. I love him. So, with that in mind, yeah, Final Fantasy, and yeah, should be RPG of the year. What are they going to give it to? Probably Sea of Stars or Baldur's Gate or something. Hell, I wouldn't put it past the Woke Game Awards to give it to Starfield at this point, you know? But best fighting game. I don't play many fighting games, so let's see what we got here. God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2, okay, Pocket Bravery, Street Fighter 6. It should obviously be Street Fighter 6 at this point. I'd be stunned if it wasn't anything else, you know? I don't play fighters either, so yeah. It's neither here nor there for the two of us. So, best family game. We got Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Given how much I love watching Geeks and Gamers and Heel vs. Babyface and countless people playing Party Animals, that would get my vote if I had an account to vote for this bullshit. But otherwise, I could see it totally being Super Mario Brothers, and it'd be very fitting for that game to get this award. Yeah. Agree, Chunk. So, up next we got Best Sim Strategy Game. I don't play any of these either. But the nominees we got Advance Wars 1 and 2, Reboot Camp. I guess that's a remake of some kind. City Skylines 2, which my friend CD, as I called him, who used to work on the channel years ago with me, was looking very forward to this one. This was his most anticipated game. That shows you how boring he is. No offense, CD, if you see this. I still love you, brother. But you're boring. Just like you said to me earlier, Chunk. But Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. I got no opinion on this category whatsoever because I don't play these games. Yeah, same pass. Yep. So next up we got Best Sports Racing. I don't play many racing games. I haven't played any that came out this year, so I'm just going to bypass this entirely. Best multiplayer. I do play some multiplayer games, so let's see what we got here. Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Wonder. Yep, Party Animals. Far and away for me. For best multiplayer. Party Animals is this year's Among Us, essentially, from what I'm seeing. Chunk says for the previous category, either Advance Wars or Fire Emblem, though. That's fair. Yep, Party Animals all the way, indeed. After that, we got Best Adaptation. So a TV show from a video game or a non-video game related thing. We got Castlevania, Nocturne, whatever, Gran Turismo, Last of Us, go fuck yourself, Naughty Dog, Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal. Super Mario Brothers movie, no question about it, not even fucking close. In fact, a bit of a spoiler, my brother and I are going to be doing the Drew That Game Awards on this channel in January. Also, at some point in January, on the other channel, the Entertainment Awards. That being Content Creators, Best Movie. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Chunk. Game Awards loves to send for Naughty Dog. Yes, I know. For Last of Us. I'm well aware. Been painfully aware of that since The Last of Us Part 2 at the Game Awards at that point. And no, I have never forgotten. Hence why I'm even doing this stream in the first place. But yeah, As I was saying, for the entertainment side of things, for the second channel, Super Mario Brothers movie is nominated for movie of the year with one other movie for Bro and I. So, and I will leave it at that. I'm not going to tell you what the other movie is because we're not sure who's going to win the movie of the year yet. We have to talk about that still. But as it is, not best. Fuck. How did I get best out of most? I read like Drunk 3PO. Most anticipated game. Yeah. Best and most are not the same word. They mean the same thing just about, but they're not the same word. That's like Drunk 3PO reading Drew Dat Games, but saying Dr. What's Up. Hi, Dad. Anyway. Final Fantasy VII. Hey, gaming. What's up, brother? Welcome to the chat, my friend. Chunk says Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for most anticipated. Well, I'm getting there, Chunk. Give me a second. So, most anticipated game. Like Chunk just said for his opinion, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is up there for me. Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. For me, it's Rebirth or Outlaws. Although I'm very cautious of this because of the female lead, there's a lot of red flags here, which is why I am with Final Fantasy here, and also with my disdain for the AAA gaming space right now. So, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm with you on this one, Chunk, because of all the red flags. If I weren't so concerned about Star Wars Outlaws, I probably would see a Star Wars game and go, yep, that's the one. Normally. But as it is. J. called. What's going on here? Why the hell is Outlaws on there? I don't know. I don't know. I guess Geoff Keighley has a hard on for it. I don't know. Nobody. Jay called my other channel Retro Collective. I'm familiar with Retro Collective, actually. That's funny. Nobody wants Han Solo. Or Hannah Solo. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Jay reads as well as I do. Sometimes worse. No offense to you, Drunk 3PO. We still love you, though. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth here. Content Creator of the Year. I'm going to ignore this bullshit and talk about quickly whom I view as content creators of the year. And I got 5 in mind because they're all 5 nominees for me for the Entertainment Awards, which will be on the second channel for me in sometime in January as well. Still not as good as calling Drew Dr. What's Up, though. Yeah, especially since I was rating their Mario Kart stream at the time. This was 3, maybe so years ago. Never heard of any of these fools? Yeah, well, the people I'm going to mention that are my nominees for Content Creator of the Year, you've definitely heard of. Heel vs. Babyface, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Razor Fist, Rageaholic, and Mara Jade. Just saying. That's some heavyweight content creator stuff there, in my opinion. Not this, mine. But best sports game? Well, I play a bunch of sports games. Let's see if we actually... is this... No, it's best esports game. Oh, fuck you. I'm moving on. Best esports athlete? Fuck you. Best esports team, go fuck yourself. Best esports coach, fuck off. Best esports event, kiss my ass. Okay, that's the last one apparently. Whatever. Well, then I'm going to go back to the home screen then. I'm going to keep sharing the screen while there's no such thing as esports, yeah. So I'm going to end this stream talking about a couple of things coming up for me. Okay, that's why I have that sheet of paper there. Where did I put the... Yeah, here it is. So, we went through Geoff Keighley's Game Awards. I'm going to go through mine right now. That my younger brother and I are going to... Well, actually, I'm going to go through all of it right now. The Game Awards and the entertainment side of things. So, here are the categories that I'm going to have. Game of the Year, Best Story or Narrative, Best Score or Music, Character of the Year, which they don't have, Developer of the Year, which I did not see, Best Replay Value, which I did not see for them, Eye Candy of the Year, which will be the best looking video game or game with the best graphics, Best Ongoing Game, which they do have, Multiplayer of the Year, and unlike Geoff Keighley's awards, we will have a category for Worst Game of the Year, Best Sports Game, Most Disappointing Game, Most Anticipated Game, Drew's Choice, Nord's Choice, Drew's Most Anticipated, Nord's Most Anticipated, Indie Game of the Year, Drew's Most Disappointing, Nord's Most Disappointing, and finally, the Wokiest Game of the Year. And that's going to be the Drew Dat Game Awards in January. Also in January, on the second channel, I'm going to have the entertainment side of it. Worst game will be a good one. Well, as I see it on my paper, I've already chosen that winner, so it is what it is. I already know who is the most woke game of the year, Chunk. As I see it on my paper, and you'll just have to wait till January for it. Hey Jet, hey Drew. Bear started a new podcast called The Gaming Den last night and talked the Game Awards too. We should have you the next episode. Let me know on Twitter what time and when and where to be when you need me there, and I'll be there. Just let me know in the Twitter DMs, Jet. I'll do what you want me to do at that point. So, for the Entertainment Awards coming up in January for my brother and I, we'll have Movie of the Year, Independent Music Artist of the Year, Music Video of the Year, YouTuber or YouTube Channel of the Year, YouTube Stream of the Year, Twitch Streamer of the Year, Underdog of the Year, Rumbler Award, which is the best Rumble channel, Kick Streamer of the Year, for those that stream on Kick, and Twitterer of the Year, the person that I've enjoyed following and reading tweets from on Twitter, or X, if you will. That's what's going to be up for us. Yeah, we even recognize the best tweeter out there. Yeah. This is where the world has gone for me. The best tweeter. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed my look at the Woke Awards coming up. As we know, they're going to have a hard-on for The Last of Us like they always do. And we know they're going to recognize Spider-Man 2, that woke piece of shit. Just like they did The Last of Us Part 2. So, as it is. I'm not going to watch that stream. I'm not going to watch the Game Awards. I'm just going to keep planning my shit here and keep focusing on shit like this. Welcome to the Underground by way of Drew Dat Games. And yeah, actually, I'll leave you guys with a list, something positive, of games that I want to play or get my hands on here. Did you hear about The Last of Us 2 PS5 remaster? Yeah, I heard something about it, but I was trying to ignore it because fuck Naughty Dog, so I don't give a shit what they're going to try to do, Chunk, but thank you. I'll leave you guys with something positive here. Games I want to play that either are coming out soon or have. So this is arguably a list of anticipated games. You saw it yesterday? That's fair. But this is the list of games that I got here that either are out already, I just haven't had time or mostly time to get them or whatever with Christmas shopping and all that, to get my hands on them, or they're not out yet. So they are as follows: Super Mario Wonder, Super Mario RPG, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Return to Monkey Island, Octopath Traveler 2, and Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered, which that last one, the Tomb Raider stuff, comes out February 13th. So, on that note, yes, indeed, fuck Naughty Dog as always, and one better, fuck Insomniac at this point as well. Because like I said, I'm largely completely disappointed in Spider-Man 2. In fact, Spider-Man 2 is why I have this PS5 here. Which means Final Fantasy 16 is the only thing for me to really play on it at this point. And thank God I have that. So, and thank God I have you guys in the chat, Chunk the Punk, Gaming or What, and Jet Sparks. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every last one of you guys. I also appreciate you guys who will watch this later on both YouTube and or Rumble. Yes, you can find this over on Rumble later as well, because free speech, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe, guys.